So first we should have the file. Okay, so you place any text file. Okay, so in anywhere, I think in Java programs. Java programs, I have so many folders, but I have an input file, right? So let's see what is the data it has. So this has a data, some data it has, okay? So this data I need to read. Okay, so this data I need to read. And output file, let me remove all these things. And then output.txt also I'll remove because I am going to create that. Write that one also. Only input.txt is there. So let's create that. Next, I will create a new package. New package. File handling. Okay. File handling package. New class. So file input stream demo. Okay, file input stream demo class we created, and we'll take one main method also. First, create the static file f equal to null. So object I'm declaring. So import this file class from java.io package. Import. Okay. Then static file input stream f is equal to null. Initially I'm declaring null. Okay. So then declare the static string input file path. So you just give the file path. So what is the file path? This is the file path. And even you can give file extension also. So input dot txt. So input dot txt. So from this file, I need to read the data. So what is the first step I told you? Create object for file class. Right? So I already declared this left part. Now I just need to pass the f equal to new file. So pass this input file. So I'll give the input file path. Right? So input file path will provide. And then so create object for file input stream class. So I already told byte data it will read, right? So fs equal to fs object I already declared here, object reference. I'm passing the value now. See, initially you can declare null, no issues, but later stage you pass the value. New file input stream and pass the file object. Okay, so it is throwing add exception to the method signature. It is throwing some exception, so declare that throws file not found exception, right? So there may be chances of file missing or file is not available in that location. It will throw file not found exception. So at runtime, we are showing a throws declaration. So we are throwing throws declaration. Okay. Yeah. Now, so after that, you just declare int I equal to 0, and while I need to read one by one. So file input stream, I told you it will read one by one byte. So while I equal to, so fs dot read method, okay, is not equal to -1. So this you need to store in one. So add exception to the method signature, IO exception. So then you will get the I value in the byte format. So that byte, if you want a character, convert that byte into again to character. So if you want, for example, so character C equal to I. So I is a byte. So it will throw no issue, right? Typecasting issue here, type mismatch, cast expression. So then you will get the character. So if you want, you print this value system dot out dot print method. So print C, you just print the value. So if you don't want these things, you can add a try catch blocks here. You can add the try catch blocks, try catch finally blocks also you can add. So that's it, the entire code, and see one by one byte it will read and you're printing. So then you just close the run it. So entire program will read the data and it will display for you. See, this is the data, right? It is there in the file. So this is the data, it is there in the file. So you read one by one file data. So that is how you can read the data from file to programs. Then, for example, you want to apply buffered input stream. So let's apply the buffered input stream. I'll just copy this. I'll change this to buffered input stream. So buffered input stream demo. So buffered input stream, what we want extra? So we want buffered input stream class, right? Start.
Yeah.
So buffered input stream class. So BAS equal to null you declared. Okay. So now you can just create an extra object here. That's it. So BAS equal to new buffered input stream. So for a buffered input stream, what is the object you need to pass? File input stream object you need to pass. Now you read from BAS because the data came here in the BAS. So from BAS you need to read. Instead of FAS, use the BAS. That's it. Remaining entire thing is similar code. No change. For example, if you want, I want to remove these things and I want to add try catch blocks. Okay, let me add a try catch blocks. Try. So I will add a catch block here. Catch exception E and E dot print stack trace. Then finally, so in the finally block, you can just close fs dot close and you can call the fs dot close method and add exception. It is just asking to add one exception, throws IO exception I'm adding. So even you can use it, try, catch, finally blocks also. Okay. Yeah, let's run this program. See, it read the data, all the data. Okay. So this is a bit faster than other one. Okay. Okay. So that's all about file input stream and buffered input stream. Next, let's read the file reader, buffer reader. Okay. So let's use file reader and buffer reader in one class. We can keep the data, so in the same file you can read that. So I'll use one more class, file reader demo. So I will use this file class, and this one I'll use as this. But so we have to make sure main method and some of the variables. Instead of file input stream, you put a file reader. File reader FR. So I can put buffer reader BR. That's it. So remaining all similar. So you can import file reader, buffer reader. Just mouse over, import the class over. So again, you're reading the data from this file only. Just again, similar steps. Create object for the file class. So F equal to new file. And you pass the input file path. And so next, what is that? FR, right? For FR equal to new file reader and pass the F object. Same. Why it's throwing error? Yeah, so you can add so try catch blocks. Okay. Try catch blocks will add. So catch block. So I can put exception E. So E dot print stack trace, and we can add. Yeah. So next, so we need to create a buffer reader object, new buffer reader, and pass the FR. So now we need to read. So buffer reader will read the entire line. So first string str or line, I'll put a line, okay? String line, okay? Then while block, while, so line equal to br dot read line method you have to use is not equal to null, is not equal to null. So we just put this in the brackets till here. And then, so open the curly brackets, the body, while loop body, and then just print the system dot out dot println. So just print the line because the entire string, right? So then finally block, if you want, you can just close that. So fr dot close and br dot close, you can add if you want. So here it is throwing exception, just add a IO exception. That's it. Run the program. So all simple, similar kind of approaches. See, you can see the data. It's very quick. So buffering when you add, it's very, very quick. Okay. So that's all about reading the data from file to program. Now, so we'll write, how to write the data to the file. For example, from this file, I will write the data to another file. So how to write? So file, I'll create a new class, file output stream demo. File output stream demo. File output stream demo class you create and take the main method. So we need first, for example, input file data I want to write to output file. So this data, right? This input file data. So one input file data, whatever the input file we have given here, right? So this data I will write to another file, output file. That file is not there, but I'll create that file. Okay. So let's go and do the same thing. And so till this is everything similar. The extra, I'll show you that. What is extra? File output stream, right? So then I need a output file also, right? I need to declare output file where I want to write. So static string and output file path. Output file path. So I can create in the same, okay, in this same. So I'll create that. So then just I'll put a output output.txt. I'll create a file. File is not there now. You can go and see that. So there is no file here, output file, but I'll create that. So how to create the file on the fly? So that's another important. And also we need a static file output stream. So we need file output stream class we need. So FOS equal to null. So this is the file output stream, FOS equal to null. Okay. Now, so let's see. First, you create object for the file class object to represent this file. And also another object you need to create to represent this file, right? Both we need two objects we need to create for file class. So create object to refer the input file or output file. I'll put output file first. Okay. Let's create output file and now we'll create the output file. So F equal to new file and I'll refer the output file path. But this file is not there. I'll create now. So how to create a file? So if F exist, there is a method exist method which returns a Boolean value, true or false. If file doesn't exist, I need to put a negation. So if file doesn't exist, then create the new file. F dot create new file. That's it. So this is the simple code. You can take it up. So throws IO exception. And after this, okay, I referred So output file path, and I created the output file. Now create object for input file input stream. So FIS equal to, so new file input stream and pass, so input file path. Okay, entire input file path you can specify here. So here also you can specify instead of file object, or you can create new file. Here also you can create a new file object and you can pass it here also. This is the another way. Okay, so this is the another way to pass directly here. Object itself you are passing. So next, create object for file output stream. File output stream class. So FOS equal to new file output stream, and you refer f dot get absolute path. Get absolute path is there, right? You can use this get absolute path method in the file class. So that's it. You will get a complete file name, file path you will get. So if you want, you print this, okay? If you want, you print this. This returns a string type data. So this returns a string. So that's the, now you read the data from the input file, and then that data you write it to the file. So int I equal to 0, while I is equal to fs dot read. Okay, fs dot read is not equal to -1. -1 means the last element. Okay, last element. So not -1. So then you get the character. So C equal to typecast, or just write I, and automatically you can, it will ask you for a typecasting. So if you mouse over, it will ask you add cast to that. So then you can print it. Okay, you can print dot out dot print. So I'll use print method. Just see I am printing, and then I will write. So write the data to the file. So FOS dot write method. So write the, you can write directly byte, or you can write a character also. I'll write the byte itself. So this is how you can, or character also you can write. So that's it. See, first we created the file on the fly. If file is there, it won't create again. If file is not there, only it will create. So then you're reading using file input stream, and you read, and using file output stream, you are writing to the files. So let's run this. So the data will read here, it will display here, right? It displayed. Fine. Now go to the location. See, output file is created here just now. Output file is created just now. 6.2 only. So just open this. See the same data, right? Input file data. Here also same data as a output file and input file having same data. Because input file data I am writing to output file. So that's it. And next program. Any questions here? You can use a buffering also. So suppose, for example, I'll copy this program and I'll paste it. Buffered output stream. Buffered output stream demo. Okay. So here, so you need a file input stream and also buffered input stream. So static buffered input stream first. I need a buffered input stream, BAS equal to null. And at the same time, you need a buffered output stream also. Static. So buffered output stream. So buffered output stream. BOS equal to null. So we're good. I'll use here doc. So doc file I'll create. Okay. TXT file already there, but I will create a doc file. For a doc file, I'm going to write the data. So again, similar code as it is. There is no change here. And again here, you just need to add extra, that is BAS equal to new buffered input stream and pass the FIS object. So here you create object for BOS. Buffered output stream, you create object. New buffered output stream and pass FIS object. FIS object. So this is the how you can use it. And now you're going to read the data, right? So buffered output byte data, it will read, but large chunk of data. So, but you have to read from BAS, not from FAS, and then use BOS to write the data. But while writing, you have to use, once you use BOS, you have to use a flush, BOS dot flush. So you have to use the flush method to write the data. Okay. Now that's it. You're writing the data and flushing and get the next data. So that's it. A doc will create. Let's go and see now. So whether it is creating a doc or not. See, data is printed here. You got the data to the console. We printed because you're printing here, right? So that print is happening here. Now let's go to the directory. See output.doc 65 it created. So you can see whether the data is there or not. We'll see. Yeah, exactly. The data is there. Same data is there in the doc file also. So this is how you can write the data to the files. So any questions? Okay. So let's go to the next program. The next program is, I want to write the data. So when you give an input from the keyboard, and that data I have to write it to the file. So how to write that? So data to the file. Let's go and see that. So I'll create a new class. So let's create a new Java file. Write data from keyboard. So then main method. So main method, and from main method, you can call, right? First you have to know which file you want to create or data, which file you want to read the data. Just, I'll just take few, these things I need, and I'll use FileReader. So static FileWriter fw equal to null. So let's import. Otherwise, I'll just do dot star. Okay. Then I don't need to import everything one by one. And static BufferedReader bw equal to null. Okay. So then static string. I want to write to the file. Which file you want to write, right? I have to mention that file. String write data. Write data equal to the write data file equal to. So you give the same path. Okay. So take this path. I'll take this entire path. Then I'll so I'll give some other file name. Okay. Write data from keyboard. Okay. So that's the file, and just create. If this file is not there, f equal to new file, and mention write data file. If so file doesn't exist, and so f dot create new file. So it will throw exception, add the IO exception, and next. Now you create object for FileWriter. Okay. So fw equal to new FileWriter and pass f. So f dot, or I just pass f, not an issue. Next. So bw also you create object. New BufferedReader, you pass fw. But we need to, so first pass the value, right? So let's pass the value using scanner class. Create object for a scanner class. So scanner sc equal to new scanner. So system dot in. So which reads the data, right? So then I'll just put some system dot out dot println method. Enter the data that you want to write. Okay. So string str equal to sc dot next. So there is a next line is there, next is there. So we'll take a next line method. Okay. So that also returns a string only. Now you got the data here and write it to the file first. So bw dot write. So str. Then bw dot So flush. So if you want to go to new line, you can go to after writing, instead of after writing. So you can go to in advance. Let's see how it comes, okay? Based on that, we can modify the code. So flush is mandatory when you're using a buffering, okay? Make sure. Here, understand here. Here we are using only one parameterizer constructor. That means it will override every time. It will override every time. So let's run this. See, it is, oh, expected somewhere. We made a mistake. Where is missing? Line number 11th.
11.
Okay, so this one. See, it is going to tell line number also. So easy, right? It won't compile. So now it is asking. So enter the data you want to write. See, done. Now you go and see that file. See, file is created. So Java is simple. So it has written, right? Now let's go and run it again. One more data you give.